Hey guys, it's Megan, and in today's video, I'll be showing you a few easy DIY gift ideas that you can make for under $10. Now, real quick, before we jump into it, I want to give a huge thank you to TechWrap for sponsoring this video. TechWrap makes all sorts of cool vinyl, which you can use with your Cricut, Silhouette, or other smart cutting machine. I'll be using their classic 001M series, which is a matte vinyl that comes in these gorgeous pastel colors, and their new bubble-free mirror chrome vinyl, which comes in these super pretty metallic shades. This vinyl is awesome. It's super easy to weed, and the cool thing about the bubble-free mirror chrome vinyl is that it has air channels on the back to prevent bubbles in your vinyl. This is great for using on curved surfaces like these beer can glasses, which just so happen to make great DIY gifts. I got the 20-ounce ones from TechWrap, which come in a set of 4. As of November 2022, they go for $26.90 on TechWrap's website, which makes it about $6.73 per glass. First, I measured around the glass to figure out how big to make my design. I figured out that they were roughly 9 3/8 inches around and about 5 inches high. Designing these was pretty simple. I just went into Cricut Design Space, headed over to the Shapes tool, and selected a square. I made the square gray so that I could see what I was doing a little better. Then I selected the unlock button up here at the top so I could make a rectangle. I made it 9.375 inches by 4.75 inches. I figured I'd make the design a little bit shorter just to be on the safe side. And now you're ready to design your glass. You can use any images that you want for this. I have a Cricut Access subscription, so I was able to find some patterns in their image library that I liked. If you don't have Cricut Access, you can definitely upload your own images too. This tree pattern that I found ended up being a little bit too long. I ended up selecting the rectangle in the trees and using the slice tool to make it the right size. Then I deleted any pieces that I didn't need. Then I went back to the shapes tool and picked a triangle, and I used that to remove some of these trees that got cut in half over here. I just lined the triangle up on top of the tree, selected both images, clicked slice, and deleted the slice results. I ended up making another rectangle so that I could gauge how much space I was working with. Then I used that same slicing technique to cut out some individual trees, which I brought over here and resized. And once I had my design the way that I wanted it, I deleted all the extra shapes, selected my trees, and clicked attach so that the design would stay in this rectangle shape when I cut it out. I cut the tree design from some bubble-free mirror chrome vinyl in the color Camouflage Olive. I just placed my vinyl onto one of the TechWrap standard tack mats and removed this protective film layer. This part is super important. All the TechWrap vinyl comes with this protective film, and you definitely want to make sure that you remove it before you cut your design. I have the Cricut Maker 3, and I used the holographic vinyl setting for this one. This vinyl cut super easily, and it weeded pretty well too. I decided to weed the vinyl right on my mat this time. I covered up the sticky part of the mat with the plastic that comes with it to avoid getting any dust or cat hair on there, which happens a lot in my life, but weeding directly on the mat can make things a little bit easier because you won't have to worry about the vinyl curling up while you're weeding. Another thing that I like to do to make my life easier is to wrap a little bit of blue painter's tape around my left hand so I have somewhere to stick the little vinyl pieces that get removed. Something that I got from TechWrap that I thought was really cool was this weeding pen. The thing that I like about this is that the end is retractable, so you won't accidentally poke yourself if you're gonna go grab it. Plus the tip's a little bit smaller than the Cricut weeding tool, which helps when you're picking up small details. But after I had everything weeded, I went ahead and cut some transfer tape to pick up my design. I put the glass on top of my TechWrap squeegee so it wouldn't roll around while I applied the vinyl. Then I laid the design on top of the glass, making sure it was as straight as possible and wrapping it the whole way around. Since the transfer tape was a little bit bigger than my design, it kind of overlapped a little bit at the ends. So I just held that out of the way while I pressed down the other side of the design. What I did was I just pressed down the vinyl with the squeegee and peeled off the transfer tape a little bit at a time. And once all the transfer tape was removed, here's how my finished project turned out. These beer can glasses look so cool. I've been wanting to make these for the longest time. The ones from TechWrap are dishwasher safe too, which is awesome. The only thing is they don't come with straws, so you might want to get some separately. But I love how customizable these are. I ended up making the tree design and a snowflake one as well. I think these would be perfect to include in a little gift basket with some coffee or tea or something. Comment down below, do you have a favorite Starbucks drink? I was so sad when they got rid of the sugar-free options because now it's kind of not worth it in my opinion. So the next project that I made was this Taylor Swift inspired Christmas ornament. Now TechWrap actually sells acrylic Christmas ornament blanks that would be perfect for this project, but I originally had a different project in mind when I ordered these acrylic keychains. It all works the same though, these are just a little bit smaller. Of course you can add any design to these that you'd like. Since I wanted to do a Taylor Swift themed ornament, I wanted to find a Taylor Swift font too. So I found this font called I Am Fell DW Pica 400, which is the font from the Evermore album. I got this from defont.com, I'll link it down below. I downloaded that to my computer, opened it up, and installed it. So now when you go to the fonts on Cricut Design Space, it'll be in there, and you can just pick that and type whatever you want. I combined the text with some trees from Cricut Design Space, and once I was happy with it, I sent the designs to my machine. I cut the text from matte 001 vinyl in the color Livable Green. This project really doesn't take much vinyl at all. It's a great way to use up your scraps. I cut out the tree details for my keychain using the bubble-free chrome vinyl in the colors Lime Green and Camouflage Olive. Then I weeded my design. If you don't have acrylic pieces like this, you could also make these with wood slices or even the traditional 3D plastic ornaments. The only thing about that would be like getting the vinyl around the sphere, so that's why I like these flat acrylic pieces. Since this design didn't really need to be super precise, I layered the vinyl by picking up the dark green tree with some transfer tape and putting it on top of the lime green trees. I removed the layer of plastic from the acrylic piece and placed the trees on top. I pressed that down, removing the transfer tape, then used another small piece of tape to pick up the text. I stuck that right on top of the trees, and here's how my finished ornament turned out. Make sure you remove the plastic from the back of the keychain too. Since this was technically supposed to be a keychain, I added my own string to hang it. Does anyone else find this song like weirdly relatable? I know some of you guys are a little bit younger than I am, but if you happen to be single in your 20s, people tend to come out of the woodwork this time of year. And listen, all I'm saying is if it didn't work out in high school or whatever, there was probably a reason. Anyways, this last project is another great way to use up your vinyl scraps. My sister loves doing her nails, so I thought she might like some custom nail decals. This project is seriously so cheap and easy, especially if you already have a Cricut. First, I went into Cricut Design Space and picked out some images that I thought would make good nail decals. I tried to keep them on the simpler side, since I wasn't sure how small that I could cut it, and I wanted her to be able to pick up the designs without transfer tape. So with that in mind, I went ahead and shrunk down my images. I ended up sizing these to fit my own nails. I wanted to make them so they'd fit on every single nail with no issues, so I made them about 0.31 inches wide. So here's a little Cricut hack. If you want to cut multiple images, all you have to do is click Make It, then go up here to Project Copies, and put in however many you want to cut. You don't really need much vinyl for this at all. I got away with using strips that were about half an inch tall. To finish these up, just go ahead and weed each design. And here's how my finished nail decals turned out. To make them look a little more put together, I designed some packaging that I cut from cardstock paper. I'll have the Design Space file linked below. I designed this to fit over a snack-sized Ziploc bag. So I just stuck the nail decals in the bag, folded the cardstock piece on top, and attached it with some double-sided tape. If you don't have double-sided tape, you could also staple this or use hot glue. And here's how the finished project turned out. These work just like any other nail decals. You just paint your nails as you normally would, then stick on your nail decal before you apply the top coat. Comment down below, do you like painting your nails? I never do mine just because they chip in like 5 seconds, but my girl Sarah from So Craftastic, a shout out to her, go check out her channel, but she recommended this Soak Off gel polish. And I mean, it's only been 2 days, so we'll see, but so far so good. That's longer than they usually last, so if my nails are still nice in my next video, I guess we can assume that it works. So that was everything for this video. Make sure to let me know which project was your favorite. I think my favorite was the Christmas tree glass. Again, thank you so much to TechWrap for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out using the links in the description. I'll have everything I used in this video linked below. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this one. My merch, my website, and all of my social media will be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye!